Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt made an announcement that they were going to the White House. They were going to restructure how the press has access to Donald Trump and the Oval Office and more small spaces after the Associated Press, based on their guidelines on using language, decided that they were going to continue to call the Gulf of Mexico what it's called, the Gulf of Mexico, and not go along with the absolute nonsense of calling it the Gulf of America. And because of this, she said that they had made a decision that the White House Press Correspondents Association, the White House, they weren't going to control the press pool anymore. It was going to be a hand-chosen variety of people approved by and chosen by the White House and Donald Trump. There's so much covering. I didn't cover this specific story. There's so much going on that I have to choose, be pretty judicious in what I talk about. Well, maybe I should have talked about it because it ended up being more important, because what happened yesterday before the screaming match in the Oval Office, I did a video about that and a breaking news thing, and usually when I'm done for the day I leave and I'm done, but it was like I got to go talk about that, so I posted a video. You go check that out if you haven't already seen something about it. But Brian Glenn, the man who finds himself in the unfortunate position to be having sex with Marjorie Taylor Greene, was one of the hand-chosen individuals in the Oval Office of the White House in the United States of America. So what would the hand-picked elite journalist Brian G. Glenn have to ask the president of Ukraine about the ongoing conflict, the ongoing invasion of Russia, the ongoing slaughter of his people? Did he ask a policy question? Did he ask a funding question? Did he ask a peace talks question? No, Brian Glenn went hard on the issue most important to the world relative to the presidency of Zelensky, his clothing watch. This second question, my second question for President Zelensky: no, do you ever, why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're at the highest level in this country's office and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do. You own a suit? Yeah, you have problems. A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting. I don't have such a I will wear costume after this war will finish. Okay, yes, maybe one, maybe something like yours. Yes, maybe something better. I don't know. We will see. Maybe something cheaper than. Yeah, thank you. What are we doing here? Was Brian Glenn concerned about the sanctity and respect or disrespect for the Oval Office when other wore the 10-gallon mega hat in the Oval Office? Was he worried about this little number when Kellyanne Conway put her feet up and spread her legs out on the couch in the Oval Office? Was he concerned about that? Was he concerned about the Elon Musk overtaking of the Oval Office, not wearing a suit at all, in fact wearing campaign gear on his little pumpkin head? Was he worried about that? He was not, because it's not about any principles, overarching principles that are of concern to Brian Glenn. Obviously, he doesn't have principles or standards. Again, he's banging Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's about scoring political points. It's about him seizing on a moment to please Donald Trump. He knows that to Donald Trump, Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, is an adversary, and so he is going to get as much of that grundle butter as he can in and around his lips in this moment. These people are just soulless, shameless, dignity-free performers on a daily basis, and this is what is going to serve as the press corp, as the press pool in the Oval Office for the remainder of Donald Trump's time in office. I mean, there likely will be others who are respectable and decent and do their jobs and actually have standards, but it's going to be a lot of these two people who are asking the real hard-hitting questions about whether or not someone wears a suit while or prior to being double-teamed by J.D. Vance and Donald Trump, about why he doesn't just surrender right now to Vladimir Putin, the true ally of those traitors to the United States. For Zelensky is more of an American than those two traitors, those three if you include Brian Glenn. But listen, we got to give him some sympathy. Again, he gets naked every night with Marjorie Taylor Greene, so maybe it's a cry for help. Please, maybe it's a cry for help. Anyway, what do you think? I'd love to know. You can call the voicemail line 714-576-0466. Get one of these shirts or the bat phone stickers. There's a bunch of merch, Dalmore.net going on, and I'm not going to take part in it. Blue Sky is the best way. I'm at door. I love and appreciate you very much. Thanks for putting up with me and my stupid jokes and my crassness. It is very well appreciated. I do my cap. Is it do the cap or don the cap? No, don is put on. Dude, I don't know. Somebody correct me. Love you. Appreciate you. See you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another. For